And the crowd goes wild. Hi, guys, it's Mindy and Kara here. Excited to connect with you all today on the second official episode of Biz Besties Live, where two business besties, for real, come together, right? Come together and talk about what it actually looks like to build business online. We shoot them straight, don't we, Kara? This is like, the gloves are off in the best way.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if you're looking for all of the, I don't know, if you're looking for just fake advice, this is not the place. If you want us to shoot you straight, if you want us to tell you how we really feel and give you real business advice, this is where you need to be hanging out.
Yeah. Excited to talk to you guys today. We're talking a little bit about motivation, or, what to do when you're feeling unmotivated, how to kind of stop and start the cycle. Come on, everybody that's building business online, we all grow through it. Everybody knows, momentum can die after the motivation dies. And it's the truth of the matter. And this is some tough stuff, building business online. I've been at it for 7 years. Kara, how long have you actually been I know you've been an entrepreneur for 15 years. How much of that time has been building online?
Well, I started online because I started with an Etsy shop 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Longer than that now, 16 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So here's kind of what we're diving into today, because this is how this looks, right? For anybody building business online. And I'm curious, when you guys get here, let me know in the comments below, how long have you been building online? But here's what happens. This is a cycle. You get fired up, you watch a training, right? You go to an event and you write the goals. You feel like you could run through walls, like you're totally unstoppable. And then 2 weeks later,
you got nothing.
You disappear. You fall off the face of the earth, right?
You forget that plan that you made and how you were going to run through walls.
Yeah. And then you start questioning everything. I mean, again, I know of no entrepreneur that's really being honest and transparent that hasn't went through this cycle and still goes through it. I still have seasons like this.
Yeah.
But this is what we're going to kind of unpack today. Why it happens, what's going on really kind of psychologically, and how to build momentum that lasts longer than your motivation. So we're going to get into it today. I love, just right off the top of my head, James Clear, Atomic Habits. Kara, have you read the book Atomic Habits?
I have.
Yeah. Here's what he teaches, and he teaches this well. And Kara, she is also a systems. We're all systems people in a sense, and we'll kind of unpack that a little bit. But when it comes to tech and that kind of system, she's our girl. But here's what James says. He says, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
100%.
So motivation is a spike. It is emotional. Motivation is emotional. It's temporary. And it's a dopamine hit. Wouldn't you say?
It is. It is 100% a dopamine hit. I think when I realized that, probably, and I don't think I really realized that until around November, but I started putting systems in place in my business to give me those dopamine hits so that I could see when my marketing efforts were paying off.
Yeah.
If you don't have those dopamine hits, it's hard to keep going.
100%. And to your point, then what happens is when you have those systems in place, the momentum comes from the structure that you've built. And that can look like a tech system, you guys. That can also be as simple as having a one-pager on how many leads did you create this week, right? How many new leads did you get? How many posts did you do? It can be as simple as that kind of a structure. So I'm curious, I mean, Kara just kind of shared as well, but for those of you watching or catching this on the replay, what systems do you have in place for the times when you just don't feel like it? You just don't feel like showing up. I'm curious, what systems do you have in place? And Kara, if you want to touch on some ideas too for these guys around, I kind of laid it out just a little bit. Any other comment you want to make on the systems in place? We don't need to overthink the system, right?
No, we don't need to overthink the system. But it's funny. I was talking to a client the other day, and she had to turn off one of her systems that she had put in place to get those dopamine hits because her marketing was doing so good. It was overwhelming. She was getting too many dopamine hits, and it was starting to overwhelm her that, oh my gosh, all these people are coming in. But one of the first things that I did when I started automating my systems was any freebie funnel opt-in landing page that I created, I started sending myself a notification when a new lead would fill out that form.
Yeah.
And you will forget the some of, as you're rolling through lead magnets, and some of you haven't created one yet, and that's totally fine. But as you start creating those and you create more than one, and you're not necessarily promoting one, but then you see that dopamine hit come in that somebody just filled out that form that you haven't shared a link about in a hot minute, you're like, oh my gosh, this is really working. People are finding my post, they're finding me, and they're subscribing. And so getting those things in place, it's just so key to keeping it front of mind that this really does work if you put in the
Yeah,
work.
100%. And I think too, like as entrepreneurs, you guys, and this is something that, I've had to step into this identity of, I'm a finisher. Like so much of this is a mental game too, isn't it? I mean, it rises and falls on how tough your mindset is, truly. I had to get into this headspace of I'm the kind of person that shows up every day. Now, that's not rooted in perfectionism. We've had to all let that go. Okay.
Mhm.
Like if you're a perfectionist, you get stuck in procrastination, and that's a cycle of self-sabotage, which that's not what this is about. But just know that that's also very common, that this kind of stuff happens. But for those of you that are like, I don't, what do you want to say? Like, you kind of get stuck in your head on, I haven't posted all week this week, and you just start getting into the rut. So what? And you start just getting into the funk of things. I really think that this whole motivation and momentum, this cycle really leads to the identity of I finish what I start.
Mhm.
I'm an entrepreneur and I show up for my business. It's so much about the way we talk to ourselves. Don't you agree?
Yeah, and the thing is, and I talk to people, I feel like all day long, that struggle with this. When that doubt creeps in, the only way to combat that doubt is to take action.
Yep.
So you'll stay in that cycle of overthinking and doubting yourself and not feeling good enough as long as you're not taking action. But as soon as you start taking action, your mind is busy, your hands are busy, your brain is busy, you're not able to overthink, you're not able to sit in that doubt, but then you start seeing the results.
Yeah. Yeah. Because eventually, my friends, it comes. The results eventually come. And let me touch on this real quick. I also don't want you guys to minimize when you get like 3 people that opted into your freebie, or you sold 4 of your products, or 1 person showed up on your whatever it is. That's another thing that I see too in coaching and being in this industry for 7 years, selling on social. That there are a lot of people that just you take for granted. I only had 30 views on my reel. Carrie, you often say, like, pack 30 people in your office. You got 30 sets of eyeballs on your stuff. You got to celebrate. You got to celebrate the small wins, because it's the small win after the small win after the small win that compounds. And all of a sudden now you're like, holy cow, I'm averaging 1,000 views on each reel. Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, friends, it just, there's so much. I think when I think about like business advice that I've heard in the past, or that I would give, like the biggest piece of advice that I think entrepreneurs need to hear, and I mean, put a sticky note above your computer, whatever you need to do, but the clarity and the doubt are only busted by action. The only way you get to the other side of that is taking action. And so every day, messy action is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Imperfect action is better than perfect procrastination. So we will spiral out of control. And being an entrepreneur, I think it's the hardest job in the world. You're creating an income for yourself.
Yeah.
And every day you have to show up. Like, does Walmart not open the doors and expect sales? Nope. Guess what? There's somebody showing up every day, making sure those doors are unlocked and the shelves are stocked, and even on the days that they don't want to do it.
Yeah. And this is where too, as entrepreneurs, I know, everybody just wants to know exactly what do I do and exactly what do I say and exactly, that you guys, or at least this is me. And I think this is pretty well based on a lot of coaching calls. This is a lot of us. I can tell you that because I got the data. So often we, what was I going to say on that note? Hold on just a second. Brain, come on. Why does this happen? I just had a glitch in my brain.
Oh, they want to know the exact thing to say, when to post, what to say.
Yes.
That was
Yes.
your
And
train
then
of
I
thought.
had really great point that come back to me. Wait, I need coffee.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to see if I can go where Mindy was going.
Where was I going?
So you want to
Oh,
know the
Sarah?
exact words, you want to know the exact post, you want to know the exact time that you need to make that post. But the truth is, you just need to post and then see the comments and see the data and then tweak your next post.
Yeah.
But showing up is going to give you the data to know, okay, that worked, that didn't work. What can I do different? Or man, that was amazing. I need to create more like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. That's exactly where I was going. I had like I wanted to share something big on that. And my brain, it'll probably come back around. Um, um, That's really frustrating when that happens. Anyway, I think I'll just say this in regards to all of what you just shared on that note. It's managing our emotions. Oh, that's kind of where I was going with this, is that, you want to know all the exact things to do, but what you really should all be focusing on, truly and honestly, is protecting your mental space. This is such a mental game. And I know that's what I was going to say. This is not the sexy part. Like, again, everybody wants to click in. How did she make $20,000 today? You know what I mean? Like, I want to do that too. Right. Okay. You guys are buying into a whole lot of stuff that you don't know the backstory to how long these guys have been building online to have their $20,000 day. We see it all the time as marketers, all the freaking time. And these guys are really good at selling you. Really, really good. But what happens is you start and you get excited and then you fall off the face of the earth and then you spiral into this mindset garbage dumpster fire, right? Because you haven't protected your brain on this stuff, that this is all part of business. We learn and we earn, we learn and we fail, we learn and we're constantly learning. And to your point, you're testing, you're putting out content. You know what I did once? This is just and I should do this every month. I was so frustrated with myself one time. I was so frustrated with myself that I decided to do a 7-day Reels challenge. Just myself. I was like, I'm going to do a freaking reel a day and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it every day and I'm 7 days and I'm going to, you know what I mean? Like, I was just mad at myself because I was like, why am I not creating Reels? Because Reels gets out to your cold market. Reels gets you in front of new eyeballs. Reels is a really great way to build your business online. I just got mad at myself and I was like, I'm just going to do it. So I did. And you guys, my engagement and follows and everything went 7 days. And they weren't perfect. They really kind of sucked. They were, I don't even remember what I did. I just remember, I think the first one was, okay, I am bound and determined. I'm going to do a reel a day. This is reel number 1, follow the journey. You know what I mean? It was something dumb like that, but did you want to add?
What's that?
I said, did you want to add anything to that?
Well, I just, one of the things that somebody said to me a long time ago is where they see businesses fail is people keep starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping. And if you had just kept going, you would be closer to success quicker. And I think too, we talked about this during Unstuck and Unstoppable, which if y'all missed it, it was a 5-day boot camp where we brought it all. We gave you the good, the bad, the ugly, all the things to really get your head in the right place to build a business online. And I guess one of the things that that really gets me is you are going to have failed offers. You're going to have content that flops. You're going to have customers that get upset with you. There are going to be issues in your business. There's issues in every business, but we have to be strong enough to move past those and look at those as data as to now we're not going to do that again, or this time I'm going to put a process in place to do that differently. And if we'll do that and we get to those failures faster, then we get to success faster.
Yeah. It's all learning and it's all data. And, I think there's one other thing too that can kill consistency, you guys, when you're building online. And us as entrepreneurs, I swear I heard a stat once that was like, if you have ADHD, something like this, you have ADHD, there's like a 300% likely chance you'll become an entrepreneur. It was something like that. And I'm like, dude, I'm sure I'm undiagnosed, which I think it's my superpower. But here's something that can also kill your consistency is overcomplicating things. So, the motivation hits and all of a sudden now you're adding 10 new strategies, 3 new courses, you're changing your niche. Like you think you need to redo your brand. Holy cow.
Mhm.
Bad strategy, friends. Mastering the mundane. And, oftentimes I hear it said too, you marry the process and divorce the results. You just master the mundane, continue to run that same play. You got your one platform, you got your one offer, it's clear daily action. That is simple. How many of you, drop me in the comments if this is you, and it's fine, I can admit it. I've done this. And this overwhelm sets in. And then it's tornado brain is what I call it. It's tornado brain. And we do this to ourselves. And again, I honestly think, you guys, at the root of there's self-sabotage happening. There is. We have all these great ideas. We start spinning 76 different plates thinking, look how busy I am. When honestly, if you kept with your single strategy and you really focused on that and you gave that your all, you've got to give it a good at least 90 to 180 days of running the play. Wouldn't you agree, Kara? Before you can look back and go, did this work? Did it pop? Did it drop? What did I learn from it?
Yeah. And that's the big thing, is always filtering it through. What did I learn from it? What am I learning from it? How am I going to tweak this same process that I'm doing, this play that I'm going to run for 180 days? You have to constantly tweak it based on the data, but you don't scrap it altogether.
Yes.
We tweak it, we don't scrap it. And so I guess what gets me is a lot of times I will see people like, I can't make a piece of content. I can't do a talking head reel because I don't have the right lighting. I don't have the right mic. Listen, no one cares about that stuff. They want
Those are
real,
excuses.
authentic. I mean,
Mhm.
you're seeing the trust recession right now, where people don't trust things that are coming out of people's mouths if they think that whole post was made with AI. That's an
Yes.
AI robot in place of a person. They want the real. They don't care that you need to wash your hair and, your shirt, you're wearing a t-shirt and you didn't get dressed this morning. They
Yeah.
just want to know what it is that you have that can help them and how
Mhm.
you can connect with them. They want to feel seen, they want to feel heard, and they want it to be connected. So
Totally.
just showing up, making that your commitment.
Yeah, and that's really, you guys, just to kind of like nail this, here's some tips on how to stop the start-stop cycle. So let's just go number one. Honestly, we're going to keep it so super simple. Picking 3 non-negotiables a day. You're going to create content, you're going to connect with some people, and you're going to follow up. You're going to get into Messenger, right? And so for those of you really just starting out right now, write this down. I'm going to create a piece of content. I'm going to connect with people on social media, and I'm going to follow up with the people that maybe commented on my post. And just as simple, it doesn't, again, you guys, so many of you want the exact same, what's the exact thing you say and the exact script. You're a human being with a brain. God gave you this beautiful brain. Just be a normal human. And somebody says, gosh, that was really helpful. Thank you for sharing that. Oh my gosh, you're welcome. Like, what part did you like best? Or like, you guys, some of you just really get caught up in overthinking this, and just be a normal human. Wouldn't you agree, Kara? Like, you
Yeah.
don't need to overthink this part. Holy cow.
Yep. And don't compare yourself to the other people, because you're not going to appeal to the same people that your quote unquote competitor appeals to. We don't have competitors. We can have collaborations. I can market to the exact same audience as someone else that does tech, but people are going to choose me because of the way I do it, because they relate to me,
Yeah.
and because they seem like they feel seen in my content.
Yes.
And so that's where I just don't compare yourself.
Yeah.
You are completely different than anyone else who is in your industry.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, friends, it's your uniqueness. Somebody needs to hear this message right now. It is your uniqueness. It's your uniqueness in the marketplace that sets you apart. So let your freak flag fly. That's what I say. Whatever makes you like, your weird stuff that some of you weirdos do, like, do that, because you're going to attract those people that are like, dude, I do the same thing. Like, you know what I mean? If you say, if you're a Valley girl and that's how you actually talk, go for it then. Stop trying to like, oh, I don't know, man. Some of you need to own your uniqueness. It's the most beautiful thing. And I'll tell you this too. Since I've kind of done that, Like me with my brain glitch. Welcome to my world. That happens to me all the time. Like, I'm like, I really had a great idea, and now I don't remember what the hell I'm talking about. Like, that just is me. I'm not perfect. My brain glitches sometimes. You know, this is why I have Kara. You know what I mean? But it's like, I'm just a normal human. Well, I don't know about normal. I'm just a human who just is authentic, and you get what you get. And if you like it, great. And if you don't, that's okay. But number two, let me continue on this stop. We're going to stop this stop start cycle. For those of you taking notes, you're picking 3 non-negotiables a day, simply creating content, connecting with people, following up. That's as easy as it needs to be. Number 2 is this: track your effort, control the controllables, track what you control, not the outcome, right? Now, the outcome, and we get into nerdy, like how many, emails were open and what's your open rate? Yeah, yada, yada. That's more advanced strategy. But for those of you that are having a hard time just continuing to show up, I want you to go, did I show up today? Tick mark. Did I create a piece of content today? Tick mark. Did I connect with people today? Tick mark. I want you to just make some tick mark. Is that what it's called? A tick mark? Tick mark.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the lines,
Yeah.
and then you draw a thing when you hit 5. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. As simple as that. Because again, you guys, some of you make it too hard. Some of you give yourself the excuses, and it doesn't need to be this hard. It can be this simple. So track your effort and build just a boring system like this. I'm going to create content, connect with people, follow up. There's your little system. That's it. That's all you need right now. Some of you are more advanced strategy or whatever. Awesome. That's what, we can get into that at another time, but it can be as simple as that. Last 2 things, Karen, sorry, I don't mean to just be rolling this out, but I got some notes here and I want to just make sure that I follow them. Number 4 is normalizing the dip. Normalizing the dip. Normalizing this business cycle with a pendulum that swings, right? I know you can talk on this one, Kara, if you want to kind of hit on this. It is just part of business, right?
Yeah. And we were just having this conversation the other day. There are seasons where you're going to have to step back to step forward. You're going to have to step back, take a deep breath, put processes in place, especially when you come off of a season of maybe you signed a few clients and you didn't have the right onboarding. So all of it was harder than it needed to be. That's a really good indication that you need to take a step back, put some processes in place to make that customer onboarding go well. And then you can step forward and you can sign more clients and you can increase your impact and your capacity by creating the systems. And so I'm in a season right now of stepping back and creating systems, hiring a new VA. There are things that I need to be showing up. There are things I'm spending my time doing that someone else could do. And my litmus test is, can they do it 80% as well as you can? Great, then hand it off. But you're going to hit a point where you're going to have to take a step back, even if that means sales come down for a period of time, so that you can step forward.
Yeah.
And it just happens.
Yeah. We're coaching somebody right now. By the way, Called to Activate is a mastermind coaching program that Kara and I actually have built together, along with Business Besties Live, which all started with Unstuck and Unstoppable. It's just been a beautiful evolution and it's been awesome. But we're coaching somebody right now, exact thing that's happening in her business right now. She's got a lot of clients like coming in the door. She doesn't have systems built yet. I mean, it's kind of the Wild West, and we're helping her just manage and navigate through this season, letting her know to increase her prices. So some of that traffic might slow just a little bit, while then implementing systems that, boy, Kara, when you guys work together and get the system dialed down, like then it's like gloves off, guns ablazing. Her business is about to see a whole nother level. I really believe it. It's going to be great.
Well, and the other thing is, another thing about Mindy and I think that just really the reason we are so passionate about coming live and doing this is most of the time people don't shoot you straight. And we just had someone yesterday that we were coaching, and they were trying to switch systems, and they had a recurring payment that was going to come up for an old system in 2 days. And they're like, I need to get this whole new system up and running and all these things put in place in 2 days. It's not reality.
No.
there's no way that's going to happen. I could say, yeah, go for it. Like, that sounds like a great plan, but I'm setting you up for failure.
Yeah.
And I never want to do that. And Mindy never wants to do that, because then you have this expectation. And when you don't meet that expectation, you beat yourself up as if there's something wrong with you,
Yeah.
when it wasn't. It was just that was never going to work in the
Right.
way that you wanted it to.
Yeah.
So I just, Mindy and I are just so passionate about helping you not get stuck. Like, you bring your plan to us. Let us know what you're about to do. Let's make sure it's doable and
Mhm.
sustainable. And then if there's tweaks that needed to be done, like, let's tweak it before you start implementing.
Yeah. Yeah. And based on the, I think one thing, and I want to end on, I've got one more thing for you guys on how to stop the stop cycle. I got one more thing for you, but on that note, Kara, I just want to say, having you guys, I've been building on social media pretty much solely on Facebook for 7 years. And so when it comes to the messaging and the marketing and the strategy side to that thing, that's really where my strength is at. Kara, the beautiful thing about her and her business is, again, putting the tech systems in place, understanding. Here's one thing too that I think coaches, I've been in a lot of coaching programs. I've spent way too much money. I can't even tell you guys. It makes me want to throw up.
Me too.
How much money I've spent. And I'm like, wait, so I learned this part. Well, what about how do you build all of this part's cool, but like, what about all the rest of this stuff?
Mhm.
Like, there's so much more, right? And there was missing pieces. And of course, if you want those pieces, you know what I mean? You're paying like an extra 10 grand. We are like done with that, right, Kara?
Mhm. Yeah.
This is why we came together and why we're passionate about building this together, because you get the yin and the yang, not just one or the other. Anyway, so yeah, a little bit about us if you don't know. But last thing is this: can we just all do ourselves a favor and just draw our line in the sand? And I want you guys, for those of you that are still with me, I want you to draw the line in the sand, or drop it in the comments. I draw the line in the sand. I am not quitting. Like, if God gave you a desire in your heart to build your business or to impact people's lives, or your coaching offer, program, whatever it is, selling products online, whatever it is, and you feel really passionate about what you're doing and that you're called to do it, can you just stop stopping? Can we just draw our lines in the sand, everybody, and go, listen, I've been doing this for 7 years. There have been some really hard freaking times in my businesses, really hard times. My alternative was going back to a job. And there's nothing wrong with working. If you got to work, you got to work. But I was just like, no, I can't imagine not getting to do something like this with people that I love and get to meet all the time. I'm meeting new entrepreneurs all the time. Hello, Michelle. Hi, Karen. Good to see you guys. It's the best. Even at the hardest, it's still the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Even at the hardest. And I still wouldn't trade it. Wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there we have it, friends. Any
Yeah.
questions? Any questions? Drop them in the comments. We will read all of your questions. You know what? I'm going to say this too. And Karen and I, we already have like a layout for Business Besties Live. We just launched it last week. We've got, every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central, we're going to be here live, hanging with you guys, talking some real talk and talking some shop. But let us know too in the comments. There we go. Michelle's drawing the line.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go,
Yes.
Michelle.
Let us cheer you on, girl. But anyway, let us know too, you guys, if there are topics that you want us to touch on, message us, message me, message Kara, or drop it in the comments. Hey, if you guys could really hit on this, we would love to talk shop with you. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. And if you're looking for, like, okay, I'm serious about this, I'm going to do it. What do I need to know now so that I quit stopping and starting? Would highly recommend y'all go through that 5-day boot camp that we did.
Yeah.
It was
unstoppable.
Yeah, it was amazing. You can get the link is in the the link is in the QR code up there. But we had just so many afterwards. The ladies would be like, "Oh my gosh, I never thought about that. Oh, I didn't realize I need to do that. Oh, goodness, I've been doing this wrong." And so when you don't know the right order to do things, and you're spinning your wheels because you've heard, like, this is what you need to be doing, but you're not really there yet. You actually, that discourages you.
Mhm.
And that sets you back. And so we just want to see you understand A, what it's going to take to build an online business, B, commit to it, and then see you move forward. One of the exercises we went through was figuring out what you wanted your monthly income goals to be. And do
Yeah.
you have products in line to support those? How many
Yeah.
would you have to sell in order to hit those? And those were numbers that some people have never run.
Mm-mm.
And so it just really was a reset. It was a reset, a reboot for the year. And it doesn't have to be January for you to do that reboot. It can
Yeah.
be today.
Yeah. 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 So grab the QR code, or we'll drop it in the comments too on Stuck and Unstoppable. It was an amazing transformation for a lot of women walking through building business online. Good foundational stuff that I mean, I wish I would have known, but I got to learn it along the way, and now you get to know. So,
That's
anyways,
right.
yeah. All right, friends. Well, this was super fun. Yeah, Michelle, we got you, girl. This was fun. You guys, we'll see you back here again next week, Wednesday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for more Business Besties Live. I feel like we need a jingle. Business Besties Live. Business
Get it, Mindy. You got to do the,
Live. Like jazz hands. Okay,
yeah,
we're
jazz
out.
hand.
Love you guys. Catch you later.